to inspire, to uplift. Different people share their gifts. A safe space, an open door on a journey to explore human beings.
Hey, y'all.
Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. I wish they could see like what we go through to prepare for this show, and when the countdown is having like the pressure of like that we feel getting ready for this show. Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Dwayne Jr. I am your host of A Human Being, here with my lovely, pretty and pink co-host, Ana Henderson.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. But I will say, I hope today that my signal and my service is so much better. I am back home versus being in that hotel last week where it was horrible. So, but we do thank you all so much for joining the show last week and being with us and working with us through all the little kinks and all the kind of stuff. But it was a great show. Like, if you heard the conversation, listen to the conversation. It was a great show. So please feel free. Today is Monday. Today is April 13th. 2026, and we are so excited to be here. In the time that we were not here, in between the time we weren't here, we had a birthday celebration. Shout out to Ana. Happy birthday to you. We are so excited to celebrate the big, can we say the age?
Yes, of course.
The big 35, 35 years old. Awesome. I love that. Back in my day, when I was
oh, stop it. Stop.
Back in my day when I was 35. I haven't been 35 for a long time. But so how do you feel? How was your birthday? Tell me all about your celebration and all the great things that you did.
Yes. Well, listen, I feel good to be 35. I feel like I look great.
You do?
I feel like I could stand to do some stretching, I'm not as flexible as I used to be. Right. But these kids definitely keep me young. But as far as my birthday, I got my hair done by my girl Bird. Shout out to Bird. She gets me together all the time. Y'all go ahead and book her. Well, wait, gatekeep her. I'm sorry. That's my girl. But I ended up at the nail salon and I got my nails done, my feet done, and I am really not that girl. So for me, this is pretty much a big deal. Just taking the time to pamper myself and really, relax and let somebody else take care of me for a change. It felt great. And the one thing that I know I definitely wanted to do was to take pictures. I've never actually had my own photo shoot. Outside of like working with a project or us having to do headshots for a play, and I felt like it was time. I'm 35. I really didn't have too much of big plans, so I'm like, I went on a hunt to try to find a photographer that I felt like I could trust, that would make me feel comfortable, work with me, because I could take some selfies. I'm gonna tell you that right there. Selfie queen. But
I love it.
That's a different story. So I needed the guidance, and I was able to find someone that I've actually worked with a couple past projects, Levi Feeney. I hope I'm saying your last name right. He came through in like the nick of time for me, and gave me some ideas, and I got what I could get because I actually had a couple different looks. So I was really grateful for that. And, he suggested a location and we went. He shot the pictures and it was just amazing. Like I felt pretty, it was actually got the pictures back to me faster than I could blink, honey. It was basically my birthday gift from him. So it made my birthday. It made my birthday because I was able to post those pictures. So shout out to you, Levi. Yeah, for coming through.
Awesome.
Birthday shoot. And then I had the opportunity to host this event called Jazz for King.
And I'm so ready to hear all about that because we haven't talked about it. We haven't talked about it at all.
So it was, I guess, technically like my second hosting that I got booked to do. And I was super honored. I work with a couple different people, Miss Colleen, Miss Diane, Miss Valerie. They also work with University of Penn, and it was just an honor to be in their presence and just be around different musicians and people that believe in the arts and, you know, want to celebrate it and believe in Martin Luther King, because it was an event back in January that got postponed due to the snow. So it was a really dope event. They had like New Orleans style food. I had some gumbo, some lion, some child with crab legs and everything.
Something from New Orleans.
Yeah, it was delicious. It was delicious. I wish I could remember, but it was nice for me to bring my birthday in with them. Everybody was saying happy birthday to me, so
Right.
but yeah, that was pretty much it. I did go out with my girlfriends, you know, shake a little tail feather. And then my weekend going to the movies with the kids, pretty much. That was lit.
I love that. But I'm so glad you had a birthday and you were able to celebrate, because now that you're 35 now, and I've known you since you were 18.
Yes.
And I'm just like just watching you. Like, I remember meeting you as like when you were 18, when you came in and to the audition for our play that we were doing. It was the very first play that I was doing when I moved to Philadelphia. Like, I moved there in August. I think I met you in October, and you were just coming out of high school. And
that was first audition. I was so nervous.
Right. And so I was just like, just remembering that and just watching who you've become is so, I'm just in awe of you. And I just listen, I can't wait to get back to Philadelphia to celebrate with you. I'm just so happy that you had a wonderful birthday. And shout out to all of those who our family and friends who had birthdays last week. Shout out to Sophia, who had a birthday last week, and Sean, and one of my really dear friends, Marsha, had a birthday last week as well. So shout out to all of you. I know how you Aries act. That's neither here nor there. But
Dariah 14 too. Sean.
Yes, Dariah. I know. So it's like all of the birthdays that's coming up. Shout out to all the family and friends. So yeah, I'm glad you had a great birthday.
Yes, period. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Big, so yeah.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon. So I'm excited. I didn't really do much. I went to a baby shower. And it was really great. Had a fun time. It was one of my old coworkers, one of my employees for a company I used to work for. It was her baby shower, and it was so fun. She gave away great prizes. It was funny because I sat at the table and told the group that was there, I told them, like, the top prize was like the AirPods. And I was like, I told them from the mom, I was like, I'm gonna win these. It was like, oh, okay, whatever. And so it was so funny because then it transitioned to the conversation. You know, I'm big on manifestation. I'm big on speaking things, and you want things. And in my life, that has been my life. Every single thing that I've ever said that I wanted to do, I've been able to achieve that and get it thus far. And I'm just grateful. It's only by the grace of God. Like, I'm grateful for that. But I was saying to them, like, I'm going to get these AirPods or whatever the case may be. And so when they called my name, like, they did all the drawing. It was like the third place was a $25 gift card. The second place was like a big bottle of some type of liquor. And then the first prize was the AirPods.
Okay.
And when they called my name, I was like, oh my gosh. Everyone was like, oh my God, you said it. You said you're going to. But that's just been my life. That happened to me before.
You decent.
Like when I went to the event for Boost, when I first got with them, and we went to like this networking event for like presenters and stuff like that. And they gave around all these prizes. But the big prize of the night was a brand new edition of the iPad. And I told the people, it was 3 other people at my table, and I was like, I'm gonna win this iPad. And they called my number, and I won it. I won it. But that's been my life. Listen, that honestly has been my life. And I'm really big in pushing people of like, if you speak it, like, the more negative that we speak, those things begin to happen. But you can speak positive. There's not a thing, honestly, and I can wholeheartedly say there's not a thing in my life that I've ever said that I wanted to do that I haven't been able to do. I've had my dream car. I've moved to the place that I've always said I wanted to move to, and experience that. Now that I've experienced, it's like now I'm coming back to Philadelphia, because for that has been home for me. You know, I wanted to write a book. I wanted to do all of these things, but it all started with me just manifesting and watching it happen, and watching the things come to life. And it's just like, I have always lived a life. And for the person that knows me like very well, my grandmother, like she's always seen that be a part of my life, because I've always been around her. And I remember the first time that I was able to manifest something and really realize like how this is my life. Like when I first started to realize was when I said one day I was sitting in the doctor's office with my grandmother. This is not even about the show. I don't even know why I'm going this direction. But we do have a wonderful show for you tonight. We do have a wonderful show for you tonight. But I remember when I was about 22, I believe. I was like, 22, I believe. And me and my grandmother was sitting in the dentist, and there's this very prominent magazine called Lake Magazine. I don't even know if it's still around, but it was a prominent in the town that we lived in, all of the county, and they would feature like local people doing amazing things and all of the things in the magazine. And so when we were in the dentist's office, I said to my grandmother, I was like, I'm gonna be in this magazine one day, not even realizing like what I would be in there for. It wasn't too long. Like, so I had just started D Wiggins Productions in 2006 during that time. And so then in October of 2006, my grandmother and I were sitting in the dentist's office, and I'm saying to her, I'm like, I'm going to be in this magazine one day. And of course, she's like, yeah, baby, you will be. You're like, just whatever, pretty much, like, you know, not being negative about it, but really supported me in that. But I believed in that moment I was going to be in that magazine. I lie to you not, it was less than a month later that I got a phone call from a guy. And he said to me, he wrote, let me see what his name is, because his name was, I don't know, because he's not on the article, but I don't know. His name is irrelevant to this story. However, but he called me to tell me what his name was. And he was like, I'm blah, blah, blah. And I'm from Late Magazine, and I want to come interview you. And I'm like, you want to come interview me? Now, mind you, that was like before internet like really was popping. Like it was popping, but if you was black and kind of poor, you didn't really have no internet like that. So I say I'm going to be in this magazine one day, and I'm telling her this, and I say like I'm going to be in this magazine, whatever. And so the guy comes to my house in November, and he interviews me. He's talking to me, and my grandmother's sitting there, and he takes pictures of me. And honestly, the magazine came out in February of 2007. And here's the magazine. I promise, it just was sitting on my desk. I don't know why I'm talking about this or why I'm bringing this up. But I guess I'm thinking about like just the power of being able to manifest and speak the things that you want to see happen in your life. And I'm a firm believer that if you don't allow people to talk against what it is that you want to do, then there's nothing that you can achieve, because like there's going to be naysayers all the time. I've dealt with people naysaying things to me all the time in my life, or even thinking things or talking about things and getting back to me and on all of those things. But I was featured in this magazine. Can you see? I think I was 20. I was 23.
Look at my details.
And then the other thing too, for this magazine to be around for how long it was the first time that they had ever featured an African-American lady or a person on the front of this magazine. And it was around for years. But I could not believe it. And I was just so grateful. And so, yeah, and it did like a whole full article of me starting a production company. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just knew that I wanted to start. This was laid in my heart. I was at my grandmother's dining room table and said, I want to start a production company. And from there, that support was just there. This was my cast. Some of them have passed away, unfortunately. A lot of them are like grown with their own kids. And, you know, it was my very first show that I did, and to be featured in this magazine. And at that time, I was working in a public and for the city. And so like people started knowing who I was because the magazine was free. They was getting like people were getting it out. I mean, they were free at the library. People were getting and people were recognizing who I was. And from that moment helped me realize that I really can set the trajectory of my life and begin to manifest the things that I want. So it's like, I don't worry about the funds. I don't worry about always the know-how. I just have faith that I can do it. And then the rest becomes history. So it's like, that's always important for me. So going into what we're talking about today, I know we got a lot to talk about, but going into what we talk about today, that's why this show today is so important about, checking your circle. Like, we want to do a circle check and making sure like the people that are in your life are the people that support you. And the truth of the matter, with all the things that I've wanted to do, I don't take full credit of what I've done, because what I also realized that the people that I've met along the way, if it hadn't been for a lot of their support as well, I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah. It's the truth. It's the truth. People take you through life lessons and challenges and help build that character that, to the person that you are today. So I agree. I get that.
Yeah. So I want to ask you something. So I want to transition into our show. And I really want to ask you this question. And I'm going to talk to the whole audience, because today we're talking about checking your circle. So the topic of our show today is circle check: who's solid and who's just around. And I think that's important for us to be able to take inventory of the people that are around us and to be able to check our circle and see how they're showing up for us. So let me ask you something. And I really want this to sit. I want you to sit with this. And to our listeners, thank you so much for joining us. And I want you to sit and do this work with us today, because the question is, I want you to think about is, who's actually in your corner and who's just in your circle. Now, that's something to think about, because the truth of the matter is that everybody smiling with you really isn't standing with you, and everybody calling you bro, sis, family, or whatever the case may be, ain't really moving like family when life gets real. So tonight, we are just talking about friendships. We're talking about access. We're talking about energy. We're talking about the people you laugh with, cry with, and sometimes question in silence. Because the truth is, not everyone in your life is meant to stay. Some people were set for a season, and we turned them into a lifetime. And if we're being honest, some of us are holding on to people not because they are good for us, but because we're used to them. So, Ana, let me ask you this. Have you ever had to look at someone you love and realize they're just not aligned with who you're becoming anymore?
I don't know. It's a good question. I feel like yes, in a sense. Like just people that I've known in my younger years growing up. Just life's going in different directions, if that makes sense. Like, not really conversation that I've outgrown you, but I just know that it's not what it used to be. Like it's just not the same. So that's kind of how I'm relating with that.
Yeah, I get that. And that's what this conversation that we're having tonight, because in this episode, it's a circle check. And we're calling out the real ones, the fake ones, and the ones in between that got us confused.
Okay.
We calling them out. We calling them out, right? So when I think about like friendships, for me, what has been so important to me in friendships is that it's reciprocal. And when I think about like friendships and what it means to be a friend, how I've always wanted to show up in my friendships is that I've always wanted to show up the way that I wanted to be treated. Like I always wanted to be the person that is going to be there, support, and all of this stuff. Now, I'm not saying that I personally feel that I'm a good friend because I allow my friends to be who they are. Like I accept you wholeheartedly for who you are. I'm not trying to project my life on you. I'm not trying to change who you are. I got friends. I
All right. Now.
I had to figure out how to say this. I have friends that are hoes. I have friends that sleep with other. I have friends a array of friends. How about that? I have an array of friends. They have different backgrounds. But with my friends, though, I've never wanted to change who they are. Like, I never wanted to project anything other than, like, when you come in this space with me, you are in a safe space, you're in a good space, and I'm going to wholeheartedly accept you for who you are. So with that, I've always, within my friendships, I've always wanted to be accepted that way, to say, like, hey, if you riding for me, I'm gonna ride for you. And it's like, being the type of person that I am the type of person that if you ride for me 100%, I will ride for you 200%.
Right.
Because that's just the way that I am. I'm not going to ask you for something that I'm not willing to do or go above and beyond. And so one of my ways of showing my love and appreciation for my friends is that I'll do whatever I need to do to support you. I may not be able to support you all the time financially. I may not be able to be there present, like physically in presence, but I'm the type of friend that I value my friendships. And if I feel like, when I'm developing friendships with people, if I feel like you are standoffish to me, if I feel like, you know, you don't want that, what I'm giving the energy, I'll back away. It doesn't mean that we won't be cool, but I just know that the type of friend that I am, I expect the same in return. And that doesn't mean talk every day. I have a friend that I haven't talked to in a very long time. But what I do know is that when we talk, it's always like we just left off the conversation. It's no awkwardness. It's like, yo, bro, yo, sis, whatever. And like, we are cool, and we've always been like that. So I can respect that. But then I also have friends that, if I don't hear from you within like a day or two, like, what's going on? Like, where you been? Where you at? And I know that I have certain people in my life that do the same thing to me as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I feel like for me, that being solid or just a friend, my inner circle, I really feel like it's how you show up for me. I mean, I'm 35. Like, at this point,
Yeah.
I have time to be, you know, trying to figure out who's my friend, who wants to be, who's out to get me, or just want what I got, or how they can use me, you know. So for me, it's like, when things are serious, when I'm calling, or when I'm, you know, sharing my business or what I have on, you know, looking to be supported, it for me is really how you show up, because life is life. Like, we all
Yeah.
have things, and people want to take vacations at the time that it's a birthday going on, at the time that, you know, somebody may be having someone sick in the family, at the time that your child, you know, it's just so many different things. So for me, like, you know, when you really take the time to, like, make that effort, whatever it may be, big or small, because it's the little things, you know. Nowadays somebody can say, like, you know, I can't make this trip, or I can't make the dinner. That's fine.
Yeah. And I think that's the level of respect that we have to have for people.
Right, right, right.
I, I,
I sorry, I definitely have friends that I feel like, I don't talk to you all the time. I probably haven't talked to you in a month or two on the phone. But when we do get back, it's like we never left. And it's like we're about to catch up on everything. And that's going to catch us up for the last 2 months. For these 2 hours, we about to be on the phone. And that's all I needed. Now my soul is healed, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, I totally get that. And it's like, for me, like, I am not the type of friend, and like I said, I take that word to heart. Like, I'm very serious about that word, because I know, for me, life is so short. And it's like, I've seen people my age, like, passing away, or younger, passing away. It's just like, so if I build a connection with you, it's like, what's important for me is just that we reciprocate, you know, what it is that we have. Like, I'm the friend that I will call and check on you. If I love you, I'm going to. But then at the same time, I will stop doing that if I feel like I'm bothering you. Like, because I never want the love or the friendship that I have, or the connection that I have. Like, I never want it to feel like a bother. If you listen, the truth of the matter is, there's some people that just probably won't be feeling me like that, and I have to receive that as well, as kind, as nice, or whatever the case may be. There's some people that be like, oh, I don't want to deal with him, because, like, my enjoyment is being at home, or my enjoyment is, like, I want to go to the movies, or I want to go to the restaurant. I don't want to go to clubs. I don't want to go and turn up. Like, I mean, my turn up is like, it's very minimum. but I'm a good time, right? So it's like it's one of those things to just when you really think about like what it is to be friends, like, and I'm very what I love about having certain friendships is like I do want like friends like where we go and have dinner, like, and so with our circle, what we call the Sibs, like we're planning a whole trip together, and like that brings me joy. Like it's about 20 of us. I don't know how many. It's a lot of us going on this trip, right? So it's like we're taking this cruise and we're planning, and we just had our cruise meeting last night. Shout out to the Sibs who are watching. And we're like flying, y'all. We're all coming back to California to go on this cruise, and it's like that kind of stuff that I want to do with my friends. And it's like because the truth of the matter is, what has happened for me in Philadelphia is that when I moved there, I didn't move there with a blood relative. So it's like I have established individuals who have become my friends. Like, and not only we've developed these friendships, but now we have become family. Like thinking about you, like I've known you since you were 18 and you just turned 35. So it's like I've seen you pregnant, I've seen you go the ups and downs, you know what I mean? So it's like that's how you develop the family. And for me, like even when I'm talking about like, oh, I'm moving back to Philadelphia, because it's like I'm moving back home. I'm moving back to be around my family who I love so much. And whatever that may look like, so be it. But it's like I know that my village is going to be there. Like I know that when I come back on the 29th and my flight lands on the 30th, I know that Saturday all of my Sibs are going to be at the house. Like I know that. Like, you know, you know what I mean? And it's like I know that, and that's what I love about it, because like what has happened in my life, that those people in my circle has become my family, and I think that's what's important for me always. So I want to talk about this. I want to do like a real talk and talk about why we keep the wrong people in our lives. Like a lot of times in our lives, like we keep people in our lives, and sometimes we know that these people don't mean us no good. Like we know, like, okay, we got to be done with them, but for some reason we hold on to them. So one of the things that I absolutely know to be true is one reason why we hold on is to people when we know that they're no good for us, is that it's a history attachment. You hear people say like things like, oh, we've been through so much, or they've had my back, or whatever, or they treat us a certain type of way and we take it. Like we know they don't treat us right. We know that they don't show up as a good friend, but because of the history attachment, we hold on to them. The other thing is that we have a fear of loneliness. And it's like, oh, at least I have somebody. I'm like, I would rather have nobody than to be dealing with somebody that's getting on my nerves or that's not showing up because of that attachment. They kind of like they can suck stuff out of you. Like if this person is always depressed and always going through it, and you're the friend that's always trying to be hyper and trying to be like, and you have this person in your life that's just always going through it, it's always something. You start hanging around them and you start realizing like, I feel sad now. And it's like, ain't nothing really even going on with me. I'm sad because it's like that spirit of that person becomes attached to you. And it's like, now I'm sad. I don't even have no attachment. I shouldn't have no attachment. The next is like the potential illusion. And we kind of talked about this last week when we were talking about dating, which was such a phenomenal show. That show was great. And we talked about that. We talked about the potential that, oh, they'll change. And the truth of the matter is they're not going to change. Like you see who they are. And if they do change, sometimes you don't have to stick around for the change. Sometimes just let them be them and you go on about your life when you know that people are not good for you. And then we have comfort over growth. You hear people say, this is what I'm used to, or I'm just used to it, or that's just such and such. But at one point, when do you be able to check your friends to say like, hey, like you're always negative, like you're always talking about people, or you're not, that's not the vibe that we're on, or you're always looking like, who wants to be on that type of vibe? And if you notice that that's how they always are, then it won't be long that stuff will be attached to you as well.
That makes sense, and that's scary. You hearing it
Right.
scary. Like I don't want the wrong attachment. Like, and that's really why you have to check the circle you keep. Like the friends that you people's ill intent or goodwill, because it's not always bad. It's not always bad. I definitely feel like I've had some people come into my circle based on where I was at that point in my life who have come to, I feel like, encourage me, uplift me, like help me elevate to a new level, a place where I wasn't before. You know what I mean? So we appreciate those too. Those, and it's said they don't always stay for a lifetime. Some people are only here for a season and they have moved on to bless the next group of circle that they may encounter. So I think too.
Right? So because some people look at it as like loyal, like I'm being loyal, I'm being loyal. The truth of the matter is that you're not loyal, you just stuck. Like you ain't loyal, you stuck, and you're holding on to who they used to be and not who they are. And the truth of the matter is that sometimes when you're trying to be peaceful in the situation, peace will definitely cost you. So that is so true. I don't know what happened to my co-host, but I'm here and we still talking. So we will have her come back and join us in a moment. All right, let's continue the conversation, y'all. So with that being said, when we thinking about like our friendships and things like that, there you go. Welcome back.
Lord,
it's okay.
Lord have mercy. Hold on.
Listen, we are live. It's okay. We are live.
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you perfectly fine.
Well, child, I can't hear y'all. Hold on. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I need to not use my phone. Y'all so amazing.
Listen, so what you can do, Ana, is go out and come back in, okay? All right, so when Ana comes back in, when she's ready, and she can hear us loud and clear, we'll bring her back on. So I want to ask you all, for you that are watching the show, we're talking about like how your friends support you and what's important to you. And I don't want to focus too much on the bad friends because we know how they are. Like I've had people like co-workers that I thought that that were friends or whatever the case may be. And listen, I can't tell you that, like, I just thought about this. I had some people that I thought was a really good friend of mine. Like we worked together or whatever. I thought was a really, really good friend of mine. And then I walked up and heard her talking about me. And still to this day, she don't know, and they'll never know, but it's all good. So it's like, even trying to establish those types of friendships, it's like, it becomes hard sometimes because you put this trust in people, but then it's like, they're not necessarily loyal to you. And from the start, I've always told people, like, if you befriend me, if we become friends, we become the type of people that I will ride with you regardless, no matter what. I know, Lori, I see you. Ana, can you hear us?
Yes, I am so sorry, y'all.
Listen, it's a live show. Listen, we are dealing with technology. It's a live show. It was me last week. It's you this week. Whatever, right?
I'm to my head, not my heart, Lord, please.
Whatever. But I was sharing was like, even in the workplace, like how sometimes you can develop friendships within the workplace. And I've often heard people say like, oh, your coworkers aren't your friends, right? And for me, that hasn't always been the case because over the years, I've had coworkers who have become like really good friends. Like they become like really, really great friends. Like over the years, I've been working since I was 16. So like over the years, I've had coworkers that have really become really, really good friends. And like I've met someone here in California who has become such a great friend. It's almost like I can't even imagine like how she's not been in my life like all these years, right? And you know, and so it's like, it's one of those things too, to where somebody asked me, it's like, y'all just met, like, how did y'all become so close? I said, the truth of the matter is I've never had to ask her to be a good friend. She just showed up as a good friend.
Yeah.
I didn't have to tell her how to treat me. She saw my energy. She saw what I have to bring. We laugh together. We have a great time. And that's what it's about. So it's like, I'm always open to friends, but you cross me one time, then I'm done. I'll still be nice, but.
Your boundary is your boundary. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah. So I know that you have a game because I know you like games.
I got a little something up my sleeve.
Oh, and a song.
Oh, yeah, I be singing, y'all. All right. So, My game is called Bestie or Background. And it's basically like a rapid fire game. Of course,
Okay.
I'm going to ask a question and you're going to tell me if you consider this a person being a bestie or a background friend.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Do you want me to expound on it or just give my answer?
I'll let you expound on some things. I feel like if it's a little juicy or if we need to go into it. So yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm ready.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Forget your birthday.
Background. You don't
Mm.
necessarily have to post me on my birthday. Like I'm okay. Like if a friend of mine don't post me, like I'm not big on that. Like you don't have to post me on my birthday. But if you don't send like a text or a call, or even to say to me like, "Oh, I forgot your birthday," like yeah, you just do the background.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah,
All right, what
yeah.
about this? Someone that laughs at your dreams.
I can't. I was about to say a word. However, they will be the best. they
What
they
was
will
the
be.
word? What was
I
the
don't want to
word?
say.
No.
We'll just abbreviate. F them.
I-
They can be the background.
okay.
I
Okay.
actually had someone laugh at something of mine that I said I really wanted to do. One time, I said that I wanted to. I said one day I want to win an Oscar, right, and an Academy Award, and they laughed. They thought it was the funniest thing that they ever heard in their life. But what people don't realize is that there's many different ways to win an Oscar. So I'm not going to go into on that tangent tonight, but it's going to happen one day before I leave this earth. It's going to happen.
Yeah. We gonna circle back to that. I don't even we have to find who the hell was that?
So that's
Who
a
the hell?
background.
All right. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Competes with you but calls it motivation.
You can't compete where you don't compare. So
Ooh,
they can be a bestie.
listen, we moving right along.
You can be a bestie.
Um, what about people that I feel like all of these are the same. Let me see. I feel like I need something a little juicier.
Okay.
Hold on. What about somebody that copies your style or personality? Because that could be
I think bestie. The reason why I say that, the reason why I say bestie is because sometimes the people that you hang around, like sometimes you do kind of pick up their ways, like
mhm,
intentionally or unintentional. So it's
mhm.
like the more you hang around people, and I'm not necessarily saying like I don't know. Like I have people that I've been around for a long time that like sometimes we can finish each other's sentences, or it's like sometimes we're dressed the same, or we kind of think the same, or
It's
and
like y'all same bag in different colors and y'all didn't even
yeah,
plan. Like
yeah, absolutely. So I think that can be a bestie. It doesn't have to be a background person. I don't look at it that way.
Okay.
Or even like I've had friends in my life that have like, and for me, I have friends that I've purchased something and they say like, "Oh, where you got that from?" and went and purchased the same exact thing. Like that don't bother me. Like I'm not a person that gatekeep anyway. So if I got something, I tell you. I don't care if it's cologne, whatever. I'll tell you what it is. But like I've had friends like, and I've done that to my friends. I'm like, "Where you get that from? Send me the link so I can get one as well." So I
Yeah.
think that's just a cool relationship that you have. That's when you don't really have that kind of relationship with the person where there's competition.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And thank you so much for sharing one specific cologne. Ooh, that was good. We gotta go back. That was good.
Right? We got to go back.
Okay. All right, this will be my last one. What
Okay.
about the people that celebrate your wins like it's theirs?
I don't I don't care about that. That's a bestie to me. Like I think that that's cool. I think that one of the things that I've been fortunate enough to do, like when we do the shows and stuff, right? It's like you're in the play. We have like Patrice who's like working the door with Sophie. Lori's in the play. It's like if we come off of a successful show,
Mhm.
then that's great. Like that's a win for all of us. I'll give you another perfect example. Like when I wrote my book, And the next day, when the books were finally delivered to me, the next day, and I don't think I even posted these videos or not, but the next day, we all dressed up and went out for brunch. And you all sat there and celebrated, but it was like a win for all of us because you were there on the journey with me. Like you were there when I was like frustrated. You were there when it was a thought or an idea, and you also seen the process happening. So it's like for me, if I can win with my besties, or or with my circle, if I can win with them, I think that's huge. I love to win with people.
Yeah, that's the best, Lord.
Yeah.
You don't want to be sitting there by yourself. You want to be able to celebrate with people you love.
Yeah, and I just think so. I think so. It's just like it's just important, like being able to be there with the people that you just care about, and you want to spend those moments with those people as well. So I have a game for you, and then everybody that's watching, you can tune into this game as well. But I want to do a game with you, Ana. It's called Solid or Just Around.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read you, and it's like no gray area. We're gonna either call them solid or just around, and you can say that this is. And I'm gonna read these scenarios to you, and you let me know. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Friends who supports you privately but not publicly. I got a lot to say about that, but
so that's I feel like that's somebody that's just around, because for me, I be trying to shout to the rooftop, when my friends got something going on.
yeah.
My uncle is Rodney from the airport, Rodney Marshall. Shout out to him. We worked together when I was at GAT Spirit, and we weren't even in the same department. He was in maintenance, but he had these candles. Like, he had a connect for these candles that were amazing. Anytime that man was on shift and I seen him, excuse me, hi, are you working with if y'all need something smelling good in your house, y'all want to open that door to smack you, yeah, Rodney got candles. I don't play that. No.
I love it.
I do that for my friends. Like, it gotta, because why? Tell the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate when people, I ain't gonna say I hate. I don't like when people do certain things. Like they'll, like if you see me post something and like they'll congratulate you like in your inbox or whatever the case may be. It's whatever. I don't care about it really. But it's just like, why can't you tell the world that like you're supporting these efforts or whatever the case may be? So I'm the same way. Like yesterday I had an opportunity to sit with another playwright, and really she wanted me to read her script and like go over and give feedback and stuff like that. I'm like, and I know other playwrights that would never do that, like never give people the access to them, or to just say like, hey, read this for me or whatever the case may be, and solicit like free information or whatever the case may be, because I know the true blessing out of that. So it's just like, if I know something or if I want to be able to support somebody, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so my next one is a friend who disappears when life gets hard.
I mean, I feel like it seems like a background, but I mean, like I said, life can get tough for everybody sometimes. But
Yeah.
I feel like at some point, as long as there's a follow-up, like some type of concern or just trying to check in, like I get it, but I don't know. But I feel like I explained that a little bit. Hopefully. What y'all think?
I know, I get that as well. I get that. And I'll ask you this final question, because I think this is an important. Like a friend that jokes with you, but it comes off disrespectful.
Nope. I don't play them kinds. Nope.
Yeah.
Background, not a friend. Not a friend. Is that an option? Not a friend. Yeah. Not a friend. That's an underlying hater, somebody that's jealous, somebody that I don't like it because what?
Yeah.
I don't
it's weird behavior.
It really is, because is that really how you feel?
Yeah.
Like, and it happens. And I feel like a lot of people can be blind to it. And sometimes it normally takes an outsider looking in to say, did you not hear what
Yeah.
they about you, or the way that they came across? Like, that was being smart. Like, they were telling your business.
Yeah.
You know, you can be blind to it. People that are just so, they're here because of history, not because, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that type.
Yeah, I think one of the things for me though, like what I love to watch other friends, not in a creepy way, but I love to watch other friend groups. Like if I'm a guest somewhere and I love to see how other friend groups interact because I find it very interesting, like the dynamics. Like I'm always big on like what are the dynamics within this group. And there's been certain times where I've seen friendships. I'm like, okay, this is the friend that's always complaining. This is the friend that loves the attention. Like you can kind of tell when like, in certain friend groups, I'm always curious, like to be around other friend groups. And it's like I can see dynamics within my own friend groups. Like I know what I know and I see what I see, or whatever the case may be, and I still accept them and love them the same. But what I love to do, I love to be around other friend groups and just watch. It is just sometimes it's hilarious, and sometimes I spend many trips going to the bathroom because you know me and you know I'm going to say something. Right. So it's like if I'm out to dinner, if I'm your friend and you invite me to a dinner with your friends and I'm your friend but not their friend, and I'm coming to the dinner and I go to the bathroom a lot, please know I'm about to say something.
Yeah.
Just let me go pee.
I'm just walk back, just me.
Right. Especially if they're doing something shady or something to my friend. Like if it's like if we have like for example, if it's you, I love your friends that I've met. I love the ones that I've met. But if it's you and like you invite me and be like, okay, DW, come to dinner with my friends and all of this stuff, and I hear how they're talking to you, like I'm a protective friend and I'm not gonna let anybody disrespect my friends. And so it's hard for me. Like the best thing for me to do is get up and walk and go to the bathroom because it's like maybe that's the type of dynamic that they may have, and I'm not used to that. So let me separate myself before I go off.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not good with that. You're not gonna disrespect my friends. Like, no, you're not gonna talk to them any kind of way. You're not gonna treat them any kind of way. I don't care who you are. I'm saying something.
Period.
Yeah.
I like that kind of friend, protector.
Right. I think that's why we've been friends for so long because Ana, the truth of the matter is the way that you ride for me, sometimes I'm just like
real quick. Play with somebody else. It's always gonna be me. I will always take the hit for the team. It's gonna be me, y'all. Just get the bell money. It's gonna be me. Yep.
So I'm like, Ana, calm down. It's okay.
No,
it's
because
right.
why would she say that though? But why would she?
But I'm the same way for my friends. Like, I wish that I'm like, I don't defend myself like that all the time. Like, I'll stand up for myself. Like, you're not gonna play in my face or play me, but like, I'll stand up for myself. But like the way I stand up for my friends, like, Let's go to our comments. We got some great comments. I love that you guys are joining. You all. I am really trying to get out of saying you guys. Like I'm trying to get out of that. But I'm trying that you all have been sharing with us. Of course, my sis and our sis to the show, Anitra, is sharing a lot over here on Facebook. Anitra, thank you so much for always being a loyal watcher with us. Anitra said, I'm trying to share it. Here we go. Anitra said, yes, the silence when you are being celebrated. I have a friend by history, but there is no attempts to engage, so I let it go. I will not invest in a one-sided relationship. If I don't call or write or could not talk for like 6 to 9 months at a time, that's weird behavior, and we don't like that. She also stated, I had to lose a friendship that lacked reciprocation. If I don't call, we don't talk. Sometimes for 6 to 9 months. Friends by history, but disengaged and no communication means no connection. Absolutely. That's just the truth. And it's like I can love you from a distance. I can love you, and we can still be cordial and cool. But like I said, I really do cherish my friendships. And if we don't talk, like I said, we don't have to talk all the time. But like if we don't have that relationship, I'll still love you and care about you. But it's like sometimes the expectation. What about those friends that just come around when they want something or when they see that you're glowing up or you blowing up or you doing your thing? What about those kind of friends?
Child, you could spot them a mile away. I just feel like they just get themselves up a little bit too easy. And I mean, I feel like right now, at this point in my life, I can say I don't think I have any of those in my circle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
don't. Oh, I've known what that looks like.
Yeah.
Definitely, they're not good. It's red flags all day. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Listen, I can't tell you how many people, how many friends I gained from moving to San Diego. Of people like, oh, I can't wait to come visit. No, stay where you at. No, no, no need. No need.
Trying to
San
come see.
Diego has been here for many, many years. And if you haven't been here by now, no need to come while I'm here.
It's all
No need to come. Or you can be free. There's many hotels around here. Many hotels.
right. Listen, I get it. I get it.
Many hotels. Many,
No,
many.
really for some time now. You want to just, no. It's
Yeah.
okay.
You tonight, thank you all so much for joining us. We have our people over on Instagram. We are streaming live tonight on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. And we thank you all so much for joining us in on the conversation. Shout out to all of you who are always watching and supporting and sharing. We do thank you so much.
Yeah. We love
So,
you.
go ahead, Anna. What you say?
I said we love you guys. That's all.
I think that's when we're thinking and we're talking about what we're talking about tonight, the circle check, who's solid and who's just around. One of the things that when I'm really thinking about, our friendships and some of the things that we've talked about tonight, I really want to share some things that really came to my heart. And today, while I was this morning, I was up super early thinking about this and preparing for the show and just getting ready for, as we were going to be talking tonight, just about friendships and who's solid or who's just around, and just making sure that we have those circle checks. So before we end the show, I definitely want to talk about some things that we can check in on. And I'm going to share it so that everybody can see, as we're going through the show, so that if you want to take notes or whatever the case may be, you want to share. But these are some key takeaways of things that we can look at when we're talking about friendships. And how do you know if you have a solid friendship? Are those people being solid to you? Or if they're not, if they're just not, and you can always tell. One, I want to talk about is you got to pay attention, right? You really have to just ask yourself, pay attention to the consistency and not the words. People can say anything, honestly. Like, they can say whatever. They can say, yes, I'm your friend, I'm being loyal to you, whatever the case may be. But that's not always the case. I am a person, like, I'm big on just show me. Like, if this is what it is, just show me what it is. You don't have to do no extra. I'm not asking you to buy me nothing. I'm not asking you to go out of your way or any of that. And I would never ask you for nothing that I cannot reciprocate. So pay attention to the consistency and not words. Anybody can say they rock with you, but watch how and who actually shows up for you. Number two, notice how you feel after being around them. Do you feel drained? Do you feel confused? Do you feel inspired? Your energy tells you the truth every time. So if you're normally hanging around somebody and you feel drained after talking to them, that means be done. Be done. Be done. Stop over explaining your boundaries. You don't have to explain your boundaries. If they are your friends, they won't disrespect that. So the right people will respect them. The wrong ones will question them every time. Why you got to do this? Why you got to do it like that? They'll question every single thing that you do. So you will know if they're your friend or not. Number four, everybody doesn't need full access to you. Mm-hmm. Protect your time, your peace, and your personal life. Everybody doesn't need to have full access to you. There's something great about being mysterious. It doesn't mean that you're being secretive. It just means that you just continue to keep some things private. Although I love my friends, I don't tell them every single thing that happens and goes on. When it's happening, sometimes I tell them like after the fact or whatever the case may be. But yeah, everybody don't need to have full access. Protect your time and your peace and your personal life. Watch how they react to your wins. This is huge. because a lot of times you can always tell who your friends are by how they react to when you're winning. Because like I said earlier, if they're not getting with your wins, like for me, when I win, my friends win. And I want the same thing from my friends as well. So real friends celebrate you without hesitation or comparison. They're not giving you a story when you write a book. They're not saying, well, I was going to write a book too and it was going to be about. They're not saying that. They're just there to support you, and it's a red flag if they don't. Number 6, don't ignore red flags. Just like the subtle red flags, jokes that feel like disrespect, silence when you need support, it all counts. If you have a friend that allow other people to talk about you and they don't stand up for you, that's not your friend. That's not your friend. If you have a friend, and this is one thing that I absolutely hate, if you have a friend that when you tell them something, if you tell them something, tell other people, like other people that you don't know or don't talk to, that you don't really care for, that's not a part of your friend group, that's really not your friend. You got to really look at that. Is it because of the history that you stay connected, or is it because you really consider them to be a friend? If a person is talking about you, or not talking about you, but allowing others to talk about you, and they're not coming to your defense, they're not saying anything, or if you share stuff with that person and they go back and tell people that you don't really talk to and deal with like that, that's really not a good friend. Not a good friend at all. Number 7. Huh?
That you better preach.
Number 7, ask yourself, do they pour into me or just pull from me? Friendship should feel very mutual, not one-sided. So you got to ask yourself that. Do you always feel like you're always giving to this friend and they're not giving anything to you? That's not a good friend. Are they solid, or are they just like in the background? Mm-hmm. Number 8, be honest about who people are right now. Be honest about who people are right now, not who they used to be, not who you hope they'll become, but who are they right now? Who are they in your life right now? That is what's important to look at, not who they used to be, because a lot of times who they used to be is who they're going to still be, and there'll be no change while you're trying to go up and up, and they're going to continue to be who they are. Number 9, outgrowing people is not betrayal. It's just simply growth.
I like it.
You can love people and still choose distance. You can love them. You can love them. I always tell people, like, I be careful of saying like I don't like somebody, because honestly, the truth of the matter is I don't have that. Like, it's not a person that I don't like per se, because I feel like not liking someone takes energy to put towards them, when the truth of the matter, if you just don't bang with them like that, that's fine. You don't have to. So I really be careful of saying that I don't like somebody, because if I don't mess with somebody, they don't exist to me. And that could be wrong or whatever, but I can be standing right next to you and won't know you standing there. It happens so many times in life. And people have said, I know you saw me. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Because like, if I don't mess with you like that, or we've had something and it kind of went away, I could be standing right next to you and you don't exist to me anymore. So it's like, I'll be nice if I see you, but it's like, I don't spend that energy, and I encourage people not to do that as well. So you can outgrow people, you can love people, and still choose your distance and your peace. And number 10, I love this one. It says, check yourself too. Be the kind of friend you expecting to have. Don't expect loyalty from friendships if you're not a loyal person. Like, don't expect people to show up for you if you can't show up for anybody. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's weird behavior. So if you want to be a friend, you got to show yourself friendly.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's my to do.
Yeah.
So I hope that encouraged some people to really just start thinking about their friendships and, really just examining the friends that you have, because it's important to be able to do that. So Ana, we are at the end of the show.
Yes, we did. We made it through. Talk about these circles and check.
Right. I'm so excited about next week's show. We're talking about real and fake, honestly, about social media. And I'm looking forward to us having some wonderful guests who are going to be joining us next week. We're just talking about social media and how it has affected us, good, bad, and the ugly. And so I want you to join that because we're streaming through social media. So it would make sense for you to be here for our social media show. Right? Right, Ana, I'm going to turn it over to you and then I'll close us out.
Yeah, so my closing affirmations for today. I just feel like, you deserve to have the friendships that you want. You deserve to be treated fairly and loved, and set those boundaries. Set those boundaries and just watch out for those red flags, because we know people come in your life for a season and some people are here to stay. So that's what I'll leave you with.
I love that. Thank you, Ana. What I'll say is tonight wasn't just a conversation. It honestly was a mirror. Because at some point during this episode, a face came to your mind, a name hit your spirit, a feeling you've been avoiding showed up. And here's the truth. Everybody in your life isn't meant to stay. Some people were blessings and some people were just there. But the real question is, who actually in your corner when life gets hard? Who's actually in your corner? Not when it's fun, not when it's convenient, but when you're tired, when you're struggling, when you're going through. And listen, this isn't about cutting everybody off. This is about being honest about who deserves access to you, because your piece is valuable. Your energy is valuable, and your circle, it should reflect the life you're building, not the one you're outgrowing. I'll leave you with this. Everybody can't sit front row in your life. Some people need to be loved from a distance. Some people need new boundaries. And some people, you got to have the courage to just let it go. So this week, do a real circle check, not based on history, not based on comfort, but based on truth. Because when your circle is right, your life moves differently. So thank you so much for joining us on this conversation tonight, where the conversation was real, the growth was intentional, and the healing is ongoing. Until next time, we say thank you so much for joining us tonight on behalf of myself, Dwayne Wiggins Jr., and my lovely co-host, Ana Henderson. We say thank you for watching our little old show right here on Monday night. Have a good night, everybody. Until next time, we'll see you next Monday. Good night. Bye.
Human being.